Hello everybody! So we are on episode 7 of Hounds of Sisyphus season 1, prepping for season 2 release. So we're just going to do a recap and kind of talk about this one, and I love this episode. This episode is so cute and there's a lot of random things going on in it, so I'm probably going to have to pause and double check some things, but we'll see how it goes. So starting out, we get Guan asking if he can spend the night with Jinwoo, and we get his response, and he's like, what? He actually says, if I was a girl, I might have gotten the wrong idea. But again, I just feel like Guan doesn't have, any thought in his head. I really don't think that he's trying to be sly here. I mean, you can go two thoughts. You can say that he is an evil mastermind who, has been trying to seduce Jinwoo for whatever reason. Like, why? Why would he? But anyway, I just think he's not even thinking about that. He just wants to be around Jinwoo because he's comfortable around him, and Jinwoo is comfortable around Guan, so he's like, yay, Side note, I love the chippies. They're so cute. All right, moving on. Really funny how Jinwoo brings up the stabbing incident. Like, he's just like, hey, I don't think that's a good idea. I kind of tried to stab you the other day. And Guan actually says, it doesn't matter to me. I mean, what? How confident do you have to be that you're like, you might try and stab me in your sleep or in my sleep, and it's fine, no big deal. Like, does he think he just won't get hurt? Does he think like, oh, it's fine, I'll be able to figure it out and make it work? Because we have seen that Guan does bleed. But you know what I'm thinking right now? I just had a thought. When he grabbed the knife the first time, which again, where did that knife come from? I forgot to mention that. Like, where was Jinwoo hiding that knife? But anywho, when he grabbed the knife the first time, his hand was bleeding from it. And I haven't noticed him wrapping his hand. I haven't noticed him, doing anything to stop that bleeding. It's just gone. Is that, movie magic type thing where the author didn't want to have that consistency because it's just kind of a bother and just being like, well, it wasn't deep, it's fine. He shook it off. Or does Guan have like pretty amazing healing ability where, he heals at an extra fast rate, maybe due to some experimentation that was done on him? Just a thought. Moving on to the next scene, we have Jinwoo doing his job. He's watching the kids, and it's kind of fun because he's getting to, enjoy what he's doing again. So he's getting to go back to teaching, and maybe that's giving him a little sense of peace. But at this point, he's trying to help with the basic chores that they do. So it says on Saturday and Sundays, everyone was free to take a break. But right now, they had just gotten a delivery, so they were all pitching in to unload the supplies. Which again, like, are the hounds going out and gathering all the supplies? Where are they getting it from? Is there any plan on what to do when those supplies run out? Like, do they have like a farm going? I'm like going full like, apocalypse mode. Like, how are you sustaining this village for the future? Or is that not a thought in anybody's mind? I wonder. So I'm curious about that. But we are introduced to two more characters. Now, we really haven't gotten many names. So at this point, we have Jinwoo, we have Guan, we have Dr. Lim, and Sua. So Dr. Lim is the doctor in the town. Sua is his assistant. Now, we're just introduced to two more characters. The loud one is Jang Jaejun, and then Kim Sung-taek. Alright, now I looked up the names for every character that's shown up so far to kind of see like what did the author think for their personality, like how they're supposed to act and behave. I told you guys that Doc, his name means wisdom, so that kind of lets us know that he was a character who was supposed to instill wisdom onto Jinwoo, and I think that he fulfilled that. He did try to, teach him about what's going on. So we can look at the other characters. The one with the megaphone, that is Jaejun, and his name means talent or wealth, and then also sauce. So he's a handsome fermented sauce. That's how I would describe him. So I'm not sure. I guess if you say like talent wealth is his name, then it might indicate that he's more in it for himself. So he's going to be more of a selfish character, and he's got that vibe for him. Then Sungtaek means excel. So someone who is good at what he does could be the case. Now, if I pronounce their names wrong, I apologize. I didn't stop and look at it. Try and do better next time. But those are the two characters that we were just introduced to. Now, when this next scene came out, where Gowon kisses Jaejun, I wondered, how everyone was going to interpret that. I got worried because you never know how a character is going to behave, and really, Gowon kind of acts like he will try and be close to anybody. He's got that golden retriever energy, So I was a little worried that he kind of pushes himself on the other people of the town. But I think that it's more like he's trying to make himself seem less intimidating to them. Like he's trying to be kind of cutesy. He's trying to, disarm them in that way. But then he's really struggling with it because he still wants to be authoritarian. He wants them to listen to him. So he's having a hard time. But I thought that was such an interesting, thing for him to do because, honestly, poor Jaejun is like, what is going on? He's like, please don't. But okay, let's pretend that Gowon is a little bit more sly than what I think he is. This honestly kind of does feed into that because it could be, him trying to say to Jinwoo, like, I do see you that way, and I do want us to have a closer relationship. Look, I can be close to guys, no big deal. But I still don't think that's what he's doing. I think he just is being a goofball, and he doesn't really realize how he's making people uncomfortable. I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. All right. Now, in this next little interaction, we have Jaejun saying, like, no, I think that Jinwoo needs to also help. And he's kind of side-eyeing Gowon. And you can see he's, like, covered in sweat. He's definitely nervous around Gowon. But what he actually says is everyone needs to contribute equally. And he's kind of being like, isn't that right? This is what we need to do. And Gowon says, fairness. Yes, that's a word I really like. And it has like this ominous feel to it where I feel like Gowon has made a set of rules, and anybody who's tried to break those rules has gotten hurt, killed, basically. Like, not even hurt. He's probably just outright killed them. And the people of the town are like, okay, this is what I need to do, right? This is what will keep us alive. And they're looking to him being like, you're right, kind of side-eyeing it, but also probably thinking like he doesn't get out of it if nobody else did. Why would he, So it'll be interesting in season 2 if everybody knows that Jinwoo has a soft spot for, or Gowon has a soft spot for Jinwoo, and that he's going to treat him differently than everybody else. Are they going to be okay with that, or are they going to have kind of some jealousy, where they're like, no, you were very adamant that everyone gets the same set of rules, he should also get the same set of rules? Or are they going to look for Jinwoo to help disarm Go-on and to make life more bearable in town? It'll be interesting, because it's like, are they all 40 people working together in the town? Probably not. The hounds are definitely working separately than everybody else. So does that mean that there other 30 some, or what would that be, 27 now, 27 people in the town, are they all working together? Probably not. It's probably just little sects of people, like little groups that are, talking about a rebellion, and some of them who are going to be on Go-on's side no matter what. It'll be interesting. Alright, so coming to the part where Jinwoo almost falls down the stairs, but Go-on catches him. Aw, cute, lovey moment. And Jinwoo's like, no, I got it. Thank you so much. I just kind of slipped. And then Go-on says, I didn't peg you as the fighting type, Teach. With all that back talk, I figured as much. Thought maybe you were feeling bold enough to challenge me. And it's really interesting because, like, the words, sound kind of intimidating. And then if you check his picture, he's totally blushing at him. And again, like, why does Go-on not understand how he's sounding? Does he not understand how he's feeling? Like, got mixed signals going here, because you can see, like, Jinwoo's in the shadows, so it's kind of like showing that he's feeling the intimidation of Go-on, and then Go-on's over there with a little blush on his cheeks. So I love how there's these big parallels in his character, that it's like he's a little creepy to everybody, and then just acting cute in the next 5 seconds. Now, the next interaction is them sitting in the little warehouse area, and they're talking. And Jinwoo brings up the rings. And he says, I noticed you took them off. And this is where he admits that he just kind of instinctively kind of slapped him away. And it's funny that Jinwoo feels the need to be, honest with Go-on here. He can't keep a secret. Like, have you guys noticed that? Jinwoo cannot keep a secret to, like, save his life. He kind of says anything in regards to him. He doesn't give away other people's secrets, but he is very willing to tell what he's thinking and feeling, to kind of clear his mind, get things off of his chest. I think that's a pretty interesting development, because how will that transfer to season 2? Is he going to be keeping secrets from Go-on because they involve other people? Or is he going to end up letting something slip because he just can't hold it in? Like, how much is he going to end up telling Go-on? And how much is Go-on going to figure out because Jinwoo can't keep a secret? Now, this is another part that kind of cemented for me, because at this point, reading to chapter 7, I was kind of on the fence, like, okay, wait, what kind of character is Go-on? He acts this way but behaves another way. So maybe he's got, the two-toned side to him. But right here, we see pretty genuine, being upset. And a part of it was just that everyone is afraid of him, and you can see how he's just he's genuinely upset. He was worried that Jinwoo was just like everybody else and is afraid of him, and he doesn't have that person that he thought would be able to rely on. So he actually says, are you afraid of me too? He's very aware of how the other people in town feel about him, but he doesn't know how to change it. And I think a part of him doesn't know if he should change it too, because he doesn't want to be feared. He wants them to like him. He wants them to love him and follow him because he's doing the right thing. But then he doesn't know if he's doing the right thing. Nobody will admit if he's doing the right thing or not. So it's kind of sad, and I think that's one reason why I kind of root for Gowon because, I mean, they're in the apocalypse anyway. It's not like he can follow the same rules as, modern day type situations. Like, he can't really pay for his crimes in the same way, but he can learn and, try and not do the same mistakes over and over and over again, and do his best to help the people that he has hurt if they're still around. You know what I mean? Now, the level of intimacy that Jinwoo shows Gowon is also kind of funny, because, like, did you normally grab people's faces too, Jinwoo? Or are you just copying? Like, this is what Gowon is doing, so I'm going to do this too. Because they're both all blushy and touching each other all the time. It's really funny. Alright, now, pausing for a second. I want to note that we have our first instance where Gowon calls Jinwoo his dog, his puppy, his hound, right? This actually happens several times throughout the series. So I'm wondering if the hounds term was coined by Gowon, if he called the other, hounds that was what he decided, because he says it a couple times. And honestly, he might have indicated that the first time when he took Jinwoo on a walk. So he might have been kind of hinting at it there. But right here he says, "What you said, it felt like my favorite puppy kicked dirt in my face and ran off." So he's calling Jinwoo his favorite puppy. And it's also, kind of giving that visual of what he's feeling Jinwoo's doing. Like, he kind of threw something at him and now he's retreating away from him and he's not going to be able to catch him. So that's kind of the feeling of abandonment that Gowon is having. And Jinwoo isn't taking it to be like he's being owned or claimed by anybody. He's more focusing on the fact that he hurt Gowon. So again, for season 2, is Jinwoo going to sympathize with Gowon, or is he going to sympathize with the people that were hurt? It'll be interesting. Alright, now this last bit, we have Jinwoo trying to understand his feelings. He has his heart racing, he is blushing like crazy, he wants to hold on to Gowon, he wants to make him feel better, he doesn't want to distance himself, he wants to rely on him. He's feeling these things that he's unfamiliar with and he's not sure what to call it. So he thinks right now that he's feeling guilt. And it's kind of interesting because Jinwoo, being again an INFJ, he's supposed to be very introspective. So an introspective character, I feel like they would recognize, those specific emotions. It's like when you feel something, you can label it. You can label it at the basic core, happy, sad, mad, those types of things. But going into those deeper emotions, this is one he's unfamiliar with. So probably Jinwoo didn't have much of an opportunity to feel, crushes and, falling in love with someone in the past. So he doesn't have anything to relate to. That's kind of like my guess, because otherwise he would know. He knows how he feels. He knows how other people feel. He can tell what they're feeling. But for him to not recognize that this is attraction, or what he says later, fear, he had to have not felt it in the past. So that'll be interesting to see if Jinwoo gets more of a backstory prior to the fall and what his life was like. I really hope that they get to explore that a little bit. I love getting those backstory moments. But that took us to the end of the episode. So next episode will be episode 8. Thanks.